Hi guys, welcome to the Sweat Spot. I'm your trainer Keely. Today we are doing a 60-minute sweat. It's going to be a full body workout. I'm going to get you warm right now and then we will get into it. Anything high impact, you've got low impact options. So this is scalable for everyone. All right, let's find some space. All you need is space and a mat. So I've got a mat close. We're going to start with some jumping jacks, arms all the way up and down. If you want low impact, just step it, alternate which foot steps out to the side, bringing those arms all the way up overhead, tapping them to your side each rep. A few more. We've got 3, 2, 1. Side lunges, nice and wide. Bend one knee at a time. Hinge at the hip. See if you can tap that opposite foot. If it's too much to come down all the way to the foot, you can always stop at the knee. And if you want to make it harder, pop up on the opposite heel. And that way you'll get a really good inner thigh stretch. Stand up tall, let's go into your kick toes. See if you can tap the opposite foot, keeping the body straight up and down. We just want to feel a hamstring stretch. We want to start to loosen up the hips. 3, 2, 1. Overhead arms, give me a big step back into a lunge. Drive that back knee, take the arms down, switch to the other side. Backwards lunge with a knee drive and some overhead arms. So we get a nice full body stretch. A few more, then we'll go into your skater steps in 3, 2, 1, skater steps. We're gonna cross it back, touch the floor with the same hand as the back leg. Again, if you can make it there. If not, touch the knee, but both knees are bending, sending the hips out to the side so we get a glute stretch. 3, 2, 1, let's see some squats. Feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, sitting back on your heels, dropping the butt, chest nice and high. Knees keep following the line of the toes. In 3, 2, 1, butt kicks. Heels to your butt. Nice little jog, trying to loosen up the quads. Low impact, same thing. Step it. Bringing up those heels nice and high. Give yourself a little kick. In 5, 3, 2, 1. We're going to try to balance quad stretch. We're just going to stay here for 2 or 3 seconds. And then swap. If you need a wall to balance, absolutely grab that wall. But here, ideally, we just want a couple seconds of a quad stretch, testing that balance, getting that body ready. 3, 2, 1, side bends and twists. Big side bend over, wake up those obliques, and then give me a twist each way, waking up the upper body, that back, that core. Let's get through that combo a couple more times. Side bend, twist, and twist. Again, 3, 2, 1, arm circles. Big circles back. Loosen up those shoulders. Work out any little cracks. Big circles. A few more, couple more, 1 more. Open and hug. Alternate which arm hugs on top and really pull those arms back so we get a good chest and back stretch. We're going to squeeze in a few more of these. Couple more. 1 more. Inchworm push-ups. I want you to touch your toes, walk forward to a plank, give me a push-up from your toes or your knees, and then walk back in, stand it up, do it again. So modified version, you're gonna walk forward, you're gonna drop to your knees for your push-up, and then you're gonna pop to your toes to walk back in. From this one, we're gonna stay in this plank. So give me a push-up, push back into downward dog, butt up to the sky, reaching through the heels. Take one knee forward. I want you to sit down into pigeon. You should feel a really big glute and hip stretch in that front leg. Go back to downward dog and over to the other side for the same thing. If this is not comfy, you can gently bend that back knee and open up the hips to the side a little bit. From this one, we're gonna go into downward dog again, but this time, pull through to a plank. T opens right and left. If the T opens feel like too much, just do your downward dog to your plank and take them right out of there, or do them from your knees. In 3, 2, 1, plank, deep lunge, twisting, reach towards that front leg, then back to your plank, over to the other side for the same thing. Ideally, I want your heel on the floor, shin straight up and down, and a nice big twist towards that front leg. In 3, 2, 1, hands and knees. We're gonna do some wrist stretches. Lean forward, put that weight onto your hands, and then come back. Fingertips face you as you lean back, and you should feel a really good stretch there. Fingertips forward, we lean forward. Fingertips back, we lean back. From this one, we're gonna keep the fingertips back and we're gonna do wrist circles. So give me a nice big circle all the way around in one direction and then reverse it all the way back. Just waking up those wrists, getting ready for some plank positions. Around and around. In 3, 2, 1. Fingertips forward. We're gonna do cat to cow. So give me a big arch in your back. Look up at the ceiling and then round that back and look at your legs. Keep going through those 2 moves, arching and rounding, and pay special attention to that low back. Try to loosen it up. In 3, 2, 1, child's pose to cobra. Sit back in child's pose and then pull through, drop the hips, look up at the ceiling, feel that stretch in your abs and your low back, and we'll go back and forth again, sitting right down onto your feet, and then pulling through, dropping the hips. This time, push all the way back, tuck your toes under, we're going into a little crouch, 3 pulses, and then straighten the legs, stay as close to the floor as you can, and then come back down and do it again. So 3 pulse hamstring stretch, 1 more time, 3 pulses, straighten and roll yourself up. Okay, we are ready to go, guys, and a big burst of sun came in here, so hopefully the lighting is okay. I'm getting sweaty already with all this sunshine. We are gonna start with our longest and I think the hardest circuit. We're gonna get that out of the way first, okay? This is gonna have an emphasis on low body. There's a little bit of high impact in here, but I'm gonna give you options. So first round, the hardest, you have a lot of moves to do, and then I'm gonna take away 1 move at a time so the interval gets shorter. You'll see what I mean as we get into it. Your first move is going to be a single leg lunge jump. So I'm gonna jump and put my right foot forward, left foot back, like this. Then I jump, my feet back together, and then I'm gonna keep going on that same leg. So I'm always gonna go right leg forward, left leg back, just single leg lunge jumps. If you want low impact and you don't wanna jump, I want you to keep that right leg forward, and I want you to step back with the left leg, step back with the left leg. I like to put opposition arms, so like if my right leg is forward, my left arm is forward, kind of like I'm sprinting, but you do whatever you're comfy with. We're only gonna be there for 20 seconds, but then we go right into another move. You'll get it, I promise. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's see it. Jump and in, jump and in, same leg the whole time. And remember, you've got options, so keep going if this feels good. If you want low impact or those legs are tired already, I want you to step it back. In 5 seconds, we're gonna stay on one leg, static lunges in 3, 2, 1. Stay right here, right leg forward, left leg back, down and up. Driving through this front heel. If you notice that your right knee is going way past your toe, if you have a really narrow stance or too wide and you're losing your balance, adjust yourself, make some changes. 5 more seconds, then we pulse at the bottom. 3, 2, 1, let's pulse here. Stay low, little pulses, drop and rise, drop and rise. In 3, 2, 1, we gotta hold it, guys. Stay down, fight through it. Focus on that breath, chest high, shoulders down and back. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out. We're gonna do the exact same thing, but now on the other leg. So we have our jumps. If you're not jumping, you are stepping it back. This time, left leg forward, right leg goes back. We ready? In 3, 2, 1, jump and in, jump and in. Jump and in. Keep going if that feels good. If you want the low impact version, left leg forward, right leg steps back. You should be feeling the back quad and the front glute. 5 more seconds, then static lunges. 3, 2, 1, stay there, down and up. Down and up. You can always put your hands on your hips. You can clasp both hands in like a front rack position. You can do opposition arms. Whatever works for you. It's your body, your workout, your rules. And 3, 2, 1. Let's pulse, guys, down. It's only 10 seconds here. We're gonna be totally fine. We wanna feel that burn. In 5 seconds, we hold it. 3, 2, 1. You gotta stay there. We did one side, we can do the other side. Breathe through it, check on the rest of your body. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, nice little fire burn happening here. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take away that hold. So now we have single leg lunge jumps, static lunges, pulses, that's it. Then we rest, we do the other leg. Okay, so back to this right leg, your jumps, or your backwards lunges. Let's go. Jump in, right leg forward, left leg back. Jump, bring it together. Jump, bring it together. Jump, bring it together. If you're stepping, it looks like this. 8 seconds, then we're gonna stay on this leg, but we've got static lunges coming. 3, 2, 1, stay on this leg, down and up, down and up, you got it. Find that pace, find that rhythm, and put that weight into the heel of this front foot. In 8 seconds, I want you to pulse it, but the good news is, no hold this round. 3, 2, 1, let's pulse, up and down, you got it. We never get to stand all the way up. We're playing around in that burn spot for 3, 2, 1, whoo, same thing, other leg, jumps, static lunges, pulses. You ready? You've got 8 seconds, shake it out, take a breath, in 5, left leg forward, 3, 2, 1, jump and in, jump and in. You can speed it up, you can slow it down, okay, you can step it. Your workout, your body, your rules. You know what you can do today. As long as you're working, I'm happy. 3, 2, 1, static lunges. Up and down. Find your balance, Keely. There we go. It's only 20 seconds. You are gonna be just fine. In fact, you're gonna be stronger and fitter. And you're gonna be so happy when this is done. In 5 seconds, we're gonna pulse. 3, 2, 1, let's pulse, pulse, pulse. Come on, stay low, stay in it. You got this. We only have 3, 2, 1, and rest. Guys, while I was in that pulse, I got my first big bead of sweat dripping right down my face. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm taking away those pulses. Just the single leg jumps and the static lunges. Back to that right leg. In 5. Here we go, second last time. 3, 2, 1. Out and in, out and in. Stay on the same leg, whether you're jumping or stepping, whether you're going fast or slow. Just keep going. In 5 seconds, static lunges. 3, 2, 1, up and down. One leg stays forward, the other leg stays back. Making sure that front knee is following the line of the toes. Feeling that front glute and that back quad. Almost there. In 5, 3, 2, 1. No rest, guys. Other leg. Yep, I took away 2 of your moves, so I also took away your rest. So we don't need it. We're on the left leg. We are jumping or stepping, and we are hustling. We are finding that burn. 5 seconds, then static. 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. How you doing? Keep moving. Keep breathing. Let's see those legs get stronger every single rep. We've got time for like 3 more. Let's get it done. In 3, 2, 1. Rest. Whew. All right, guys, we are taking away these static lunges. Just single leg jumps, right leg for 20 seconds, then left. If you're stepping, step it back. Right leg forward, left leg back, and then we'll switch. In 5, 3, 2, I'm gonna face you. Let's go. Jump and in, jump and in. Yes, come on. I'm right there with you. I'm sweating. I can feel it. We're not gonna let that stop us. We've got a rest coming up soon. 7 seconds, then the other leg. Come on, keep going. 3, 2, 1. Other leg, left forward, right back. Jump it, step it, find your pace. All the way until that rest. Come on. 1 rep, then another. 8 seconds, too close to quit now. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew, so good, guys. Okay, time for me to wipe my head because this is happening. I hope you are sweaty too. Next up, squats. The formula is the same. Squat jumps here, for 20 seconds. If you don't want to jump, I want you to squat. I want you to stand all the way to your toes. Ready? 5 seconds, take a breath. Find a nice comfy squat stance. 3, 2, 1, squat, jump. Come on, lots of power up, nice and gentle on that landing. So if you have downstairs neighbors like me, they shouldn't be able to hear you. We are soft, good landing. If you're stepping or low impact, up to the toes. In 3, 2, just squats, guys, no jumps, just down and up. Down and up, low impact for everybody, just like we did in the warm-up. Breathe through it. In 10 seconds, we're gonna stay at the bottom and we're gonna pulse. 5 seconds, no tension in your back. 3, 2, 1, pulse it out. Come on, we never get to stand. Well, I mean, eventually we will stand, but not for a while. 3, 2, 1, we gotta hold it. Stay there and breathe. Keep that weight back on your heels. Keep that chest high, neutral spine, supported with a tight core. 3, 2, 1, get up. Ooh. All right, guys, you know what's happening? I'm taking away the hold. So now we have squat jumps or squat to your toes, regular squats, and then our pulses. No more hold. Here we go. In 5, we got our jumps. 3, 2, 1, squat, jump. If you can leave that floor, that's where I want you. Remember, the power is up, nice and gentle, down. And as you land, I want you to get back on those heels, guys. Make sure the heels touch the floor. If you're low impact, to the toes. Yes, down and up, still high intensity, just low impact. Squats, no jumps. Down and up, no jumps, no toes, just our regular squats. Whew, that breath is heavy. I got that Darth Vader breath happening. I am sweaty, I'm dripping, but we are getting there. 5 more seconds, then our pulses. 3, 2, 1, let's pulse. Get down as low as you can go with good form. Little pulses, feeling tension in your glutes and your quads, not your back. Rest. Whew, I needed that rest. Now, I'm taking away that pulse. So just your squat jumps into your squats. If you're not jumping, squat to your toes for 20 seconds, then regular squats for 20. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I need your jumps or your squat to your toes. Those legs should be on fire. We should be sweaty, but we are so close. 7 seconds, then regular squats in 5, 3, 2, 1, squats, down and up. Oh my goodness. Those legs feel like a couple of bricks right now. We're gonna work through it. Or maybe you're at home like Keely, I'm totally fine. It's just you. Then that's okay, I'll take the loss. 5 seconds. Come on, 2 more. 3, 2, 1, rest. We are taking away the squats. We are only doing squat jumps or squat to your toes if you're low impact. Recovery. Recover as best you can. Don't slip on your own sweat. We're gonna jump in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let me see you move, guys. Find a hustle, find a pace. For those last few jumps are a struggle. Push yourself. Build those leg muscles. Build that stamina. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Oh my goodness. Okay, next up, we're gonna be on the floor in a plank position, hands and toes. We are gonna do deep lunge switches. First one, you're gonna jump it. You have options, jumping fast like this, leg to leg, one up, one back. You can go slow. So we jump, back, or step it. Just know if you're stepping it, we're gonna come there too. So you're gonna be there for a little bit. I'll do all versions for you. Ready? Let's go. Leg to leg, nice and quick if you can. You need to take it down a notch from there. Jump back, jump up. Jump back, jump up. Take your time, but keep the jumping. If you're stepping, right here, just like in our warm-up. In 3, 2, 1, everybody steps. One forward, back to your plank, then the other. As you step, I want you to put your hands or that weight onto your foot so your hands don't take too much of it. In 8 seconds, we're gonna stay on one leg, we're gonna pulse. In 5, 3, 2, 1, stay here, little pulses. Drop and rise. I'm really trying to get that weight to that leg. In 5 seconds, we hold. 3, 2, 1, stay there. Push those hips down. Press that front foot into that floor. We're switching legs in 3, 2, 1. Other side, we gotta pulse, pulse, pulse. Try to take that weight off those hands. You can even come up if that feels a little better on the wrist. 3, 2, 1, let's hold. All you have to do is stay there. Press that foot into the floor. Drop those hips. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. So good, you guys. You know the drill. I'm gonna take away that hold. So we have our deep lunge switches, jumping for the first one if we can, then stepping it, and then we stay on one side for pulses. Oh, here we go. It's happening so fast. Where's our rest? 3, 2, 1. Find the plank. Jump it, leg to leg if you can. If that feels like too much, slow down the jump. Okay, if that still feels like too much, I want you stepping, and we're gonna join you in 7 seconds. If this is too much, guys, in a plank, you can always stand it up. 3, 2, 1, everybody steps. Keep going, I'm gonna show you a standing version. You could always be up here instead of in a plank. The back leg stays straight. Front knee bends. 7 seconds, then we pulse. 3, 2, 1, let's pulse. You can take that weight all the way off those hands if you want. Pulse it out here, or you can keep those hands on the floor to help with the balance. 3, 2, 1, switch sides, pulse it out. Hands off, or hands barely there. Little pulses, can really feel that back leg, that front glute, and rest. All right, we are taking away the pulses, just the deep lunge switches, jumping, stepping, or stepping the whole thing. Oh, second last time, thank goodness. I'm about to melt away into my floor. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, plank position. Jump it, leg to leg if you can. You can always slow down those jumps. You can always step it, whatever you got in the tank. 5 seconds, then we step it. 3, 2, 1, let's step. One leg, then the next. When you step, I want you to put that weight down on that foot. Oh my goodness, it's so sunny in here. I'm like a little orb. 8 seconds. 5 seconds, you don't even need to see me. You're hard at work. 3, 2, 1, oh my goodness. We still have another round, just the one. Now we've taken away everything except the deep lunge switches, okay? You are jumping or you are stepping. I need a nap. In 3, 2, 1, find your plank. Jump it, leg to leg if you can. Push yourself, break up those jumps if you need to. Step it. If you want low impact, you can always take your time. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, we've got a new move, and we are going to be laying on our backs. So I'm gonna take my mat, I'm gonna set it down, I'm gonna be on my back with my feet on the floor. We're gonna do a glute bridge. So I'm gonna drive through the heels, I'm gonna squeeze the glutes to press up and down. I want you to think of bringing the butt cheeks together, keeping the abs nice and tight, and lifting. Here we go. 5 seconds. Maybe this will help. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Up and down. Up and down. The lighting might not be on point, but you gotta admit, the workout is. Whew. I'm gonna be sweaty and sore for many days. In 3, 2, same thing, all the way up to your toes, knees out. Drop the butt. All the way up to your toes, knees out. Drop the butt. all the way up, knees out, they come back, you drop. In 8 seconds, we're gonna come up just into your regular glute bridge, and we're gonna pulse it. In 3, 2, 1, come on up, drop and squeeze, drop and squeeze. Just little pulses. I have my heels on the floor, and I'm just almost dropping, and then we're coming back up. In 3, 2, 1, hold it up. All you have to do is stay there for 8 more seconds. You've got this. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We are doing the exact same thing again, but we're taking away that hold, okay? So we have glute bridges, then we have glute bridges up to your toes with a knee out, then we have pulses. You still have 8 seconds, 8 glorious, delicious seconds, and then we're going again. In 5, glute bridges, 3, 2, 1, drive through the heels, squeeze the glutes, lifting the butt up and down, not so high that you're like arching the back or feeling any tension in that back. I want you to feel all that tension in your glutes. If you feel a little bit in your hamstrings, your calves, or your low abs, I'll take that too. 5 seconds, then up to your toes, knees out in 3, 2, 1, all the way up to the toes. Knees out and then back down. All the way up to the toes, knees out, back down. How are we doing? We still with it? We still moving? We still feeling it? Whew, we're gonna get to rest and grab a drink in less than 2 minutes. We are very close. 3, 2, 1, we got our pulses up, heels are on the floor, we're back to our regular glute bridge, and we're pulsing it. Drop, as soon as you start dropping, squeeze to lift back up, and hold. No hold. Oh my goodness, I almost made you guys hold again. What a monster. You are resting, and now I've taken away your pulse. So just the glute bridges, then the glute bridges up to the toes, knees out. Here we go in 5, in 3, 2, 1, glute bridges, just up and down, driving through the heels, squeezing the glutes. You can always play around with how close or far away your feet are. If you're not quite feeling it in the glutes, step in a little bit. Or maybe you're too close and you need to step out a little bit if you're feeling like tension in the knees. In 3, 2, 1, all the way up to the toes, knees out, then back down. So I'm up to the toes, knees out, back to neutral, then I drop all the way back down. Up, out, and drop. 10 more seconds, then you get to rest. Come on, let's work for that rest. It's coming in 5, in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. Now, the last move, we just have to get through those glute bridges. So close, okay? So in 10 seconds, regular glute bridges, driving through the heels, squeezing the glutes. In 3, 2, 1, up and down, up and down. You got it. The worst is over, guys. We have 10 seconds left in this first circuit, and I think this first circuit was the hardest one. So you're gonna be totally fine for the rest. In 3, 2, 1, and enjoy that rest. So well deserved. Shake it out, grab a sip of your water, wipe off your sweat, whatever you need, and while you're resting, I'll explain your next circuit. All right. So now that we're nice and sweaty, we're on to our circuit 2. We're actually gonna go into abs right now. Usually like abs might be your finisher, but I wanna hit you while you're nice and fresh and give you a little more time laying down. And then we're gonna hit the arms and a little more cardio before we go, okay? So a brief intermission for some abs, less than 10 minutes in this circuit, okay? And a lot of these are gonna be sit-up variations or like 2 moves kind of put together in a combo. When we do any of the ab stuff, I want you to lift up from the pelvic floor into the spine, okay? I want you to breathe through the movement, and I want you to let the breath out during the hardest part. So like when you're coming up out of the sit-up, I want that breath out. That'll help release all the air in your belly, get it nice and flat, okay? So when we breathe in, that air goes into our belly, it expands, it relaxes the pelvic floor. We want the opposite during the hardest part. We wanna lift up, we wanna lift in, we wanna think of wrapping the obliques around the top of the belly buttons, or like connecting the ribs and the hips together. So we're like nice and flexed, nice and strong, but a flex that we can still breathe through, okay? If you're being compromised in that position, like you're seeing some bulging in the center line of your core, or it's feeling like there's too much pressure there, you can't control it, or your back is arching and peeling off the mat, that means we need to modify, okay? So I'll always give you modifications. or we just might need to take some extra rest, okay? So that's totally fine too. We are gonna start with a sit-up into a V-sit. So what we're gonna do is just like we were for the glute bridges, feet on the floor, knees bent on our back. We're gonna squeeze the abs, lifting up and in, letting the breath out to pick us up to touch the feet. From here, we're just gonna lean back like a couple inches and we're gonna release the legs into a V. We're gonna drop them, we're gonna lay back down and do it again. Guess what? That's a really hard move, okay? So I'm gonna give you a modification. If you're good with the sit-up, but the V-sit is a problem, here's what you can do. You can come to your sit-up and you can either lift the legs with a bend instead of straight, or you can do the bend or the straight legs bracing yourself. So you have your hands on the floor and you lift or you lift, okay? That'll help you out a little bit. If you're struggling with the sit-up, here's what you can do. You can use your arms to help you get up. So don't rely on your core. You can use your arms to help you sit up. You can do your V-sit, and then I want you to control the deficit on the drop back down. That will help you get stronger at your sit-up, okay? Whatever version you're doing, we're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. All the way up, come back and release into that V, drop the feet, and then lay all the way back down to do it again. Remember that breath. Remember that core position, and remember your modifications. You can always do a knee bend instead. You can always brace yourself on that V-sit, either with bent knees or straight legs, and you can help yourself getting up out of that sit-up using your arms, then do your V, then relax nice and slow back down. 3, 2, 1, rest. Great job. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take away the V-sit portion. So now we're just doing sit-ups. So you're just gonna sit down, come up, touch your feet, come back down. If you're struggling, you know the drill, use your arms, focus on the deficit. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All the way up and all the way back down. Use that breath. Core is nice and strong. Nice and flexed, lifting up and in. We're not letting that stomach kind of bulge out in the midline or the low abs bulging out at the hardest part. We want to stay in control. We want to control that intra-abdominal pressure, okay? So that is key. If you need to modify, I want you to modify. 7 seconds. No one's a hero for doing something that could be hurting their body. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Okay, we're gonna go into another move, 2-parter. This time, full extension sit-up. So the exact same thing, but now my legs are straight, okay? So when I come up, I'm still lifting up and in, letting the breath out, touching the toes. I'm gonna brace my hands right beside the body, and I'm gonna try to lift my legs, okay? So it's a little bit harder than that V-sit release. Same things apply. You can bend the knees. You can lean back a little bit if you need to. Here we go. Full extension. Let's go. Use the arms if you need to, but if you can lift yourself up with your core, that's what you're doing. Then find a seated position, squeeze those abs to lift those legs. And if you noticed, my hands were forward in front of my butt. So I'm in like a pike sit here, like a little leg lift pike sit, okay? So if that feels like too much, either do the same thing with bent knees, like this, okay? Or, oh, nice little sweat squeak with my sneaker. And there it goes again. Or you can take the hands back further, okay? So you make it work for you. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. We are doing the exact same thing, but we are not gonna do the leg lift, just the full extension sit-ups. If you've noticed a pattern, there is one. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All the way up and all the way down. If you're struggling, coming up, using your core, then you're gonna use your hands, press them in, find your way up, and then focus on that deficit. Take your time, slow and controlled on the way back down. If you can make it up and down, that's okay, just keep moving at like a steady, consistent pace. But with any ab stuff, slow and steady is the way to go. We don't wanna rush through it because often that's momentum and not muscle moving us, okay? So use that core, focus on that position. We want to be really careful with those abs. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to do an army crawl next, okay? So we're going to be on our mat. I'm going to have to turn this way so I can have some length to travel but you're gonna be in a forearm plank, and you're gonna walk yourself up and down your mat. So here I am in my plank. I'm just gonna take little steps all the way up to the top of my mat and all the way back down. If it's too much, I want you to stay in a plank. Just know that we're gonna come there on our next move, so you might be there for a little bit, okay? So army crawl and go for it. I'm at the back of my mat. I'm gonna maintain that plank as I crawl all the way up to the top. So I wanna keep my butt down, my core tight. Pretend there's a little rope above you. You can't hit the rope. We're in like Mission Impossible or Ocean's 11, one of those moves. We're trying to crawl through all the booby traps on your forearms and your toes. If that's too much, guys, ignore the crawl, focus on the plank. If the plank feels like too much, you can always do it on your knees. Just lean the weight forward so that you feel the abs. 7 seconds, so close. In 3, 2, 1, relax. 15 seconds, just a plank, okay? So if you were already there in a plank, you're gonna be a pro, because we're gonna do it again. We're gonna join you this time, forearms and toes. I'll walk you through the form as we're in it. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1. Find your plank. Lift up from the pelvic floor into the spine. Nice flat stomach, controlling that pressure, wrapping the obliques, feeling flexed, but we are breathing. See how I'm able to talk to you through it? I'm not holding that breath. Talk to me back. Even though I can't hear you, chat away, curse me out if you need to. And if this is too much, I want you to drop to your knees, but lean the weight forward. 10 seconds, 2 more breaths. Come on, get shaky. You can make this plank as hard or as easy as you want. You just need to flex. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. So good. All right, guess what we're doing? We're going back to that very first move, and we're gonna do 2 moves back to back now, but only for 30 seconds. So we're gonna do our sit up, knees bent, feet on the floor, into our V release in 7 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sit it up, into your V release, then drop the feet and come back down. You can modify by bending the knees instead of straight legs on the V release, or using your hands to help you balance on that floor. If you're struggling with the sit-up portion, you know the drill. You're gonna use your arms to help you get up, and then you're gonna focus on the deficit. In 5 seconds, take away the V, just the sit-up. 3, 2, 1, just sit-ups. Up to the feet, back to the ground. How's that breath going? Lift up from the pelvic floor, into the spine. Come on. If you need a second to breathe at the bottom and reset that core position, take it. I would way rather you take your time and do it properly than for you to rush through the whole thing with those abs just popping out everywhere. 7 seconds. Come on, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Now you can rest. Same thing, legs straight. Full extension sit-ups into our little like modified pipe sit, our leg lift. And hard version, hands are like barely there in front of your butt. Easier, hands are more there behind you. Or knees bent. 5 seconds, here we go. Let's sit up in 3, 2, 1. So the heels should be able to stay glued the whole time. If you notice your legs kind of flying up in the air, or there's kind of a pause, like a sticky spot, like you're coming up and then it's hold, 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 boom, back up, that means it's more momentum, your arms or your leg strength, your hip flexors lifting you up and not quite the abs. So we want to take it down, we want to modify, and we want to make it work for us. In 5, oh my goodness, guys, I've been doing this wrong. We're going to add the V-sit in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we did that one in reverse, unless you remembered better than me, but that's okay. We'll get them both done. So we're full extension sit up, and then we'll lift those legs. And you know the drill by now. You can always lift them up with bent knees or with your hands a little further back from your body. Whatever works for you. Just make sure that you're lifting those legs with your abs and not with the legs or hip flexors. And rest. Army crawl time. This is when I need a wider house. I gotta face you to crawl up this mat. All right, so we are doing our army crawl right into our plank, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not gonna be that fun, but then abs are done. 3, 2, 1. Let's army crawl. If the army crawl is too much for you, you could try it from your knee position. Then you still get those shoulders, a little bit of the abs, or just hang out in a plank or a plank on your knees, wherever you're at. And then we're going to join you in that plank in 10 seconds. Keep moving, keep the butt down. You can do this. In 3, 2, 1, just stay in that plank. All you have to do is hold that plank. And if you're on your knees for the plank, remember where that weight is. Forward, forward, forward. 20 seconds. Keep holding. I'm going to switch over to the side and show you what I mean. If you're in a plank on your knees and you're like this, then I don't feel anything in my abs. I'm in like a resting position. But if I take the knees back and I put the hips forward, then I can feel my abs. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. So great. Crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. And we are very close to being done of class. We are actually going to stay here on our mat near the floor, and we're going to do some tricep push-ups. Tricep push-ups are real hard, so I'm going to give you some modifications, okay? So if you want to do this from your toes, well, either way that you do this, you're going to keep your hands really close together, and your elbows are going to graze like right along your side so we can feel the triceps, okay? So in a regular push-up, we would have our hands stacked underneath the shoulders, and we would want the elbows to bend at like a 45-degree angle, okay? Not like way out here, not way down here, somewhere in the middle. This is not a regular push-up. This is a tricep-focused push-up. So we're going to keep the hands a little bit closer together. If that's not comfy or you have some shoulder issues, absolutely keep them wider. But the big focus, the thing I care most about, is that the elbows come in tight. Ideally, I want you to feel the elbows graze the body, okay? So you can do this on your toes, okay? But it is very challenging there, okay? I probably couldn't do like this whole circuit from my toes. If you're on your knees, you know what I'm going to say. You need to lean that weight forward, okay? So toes, we're here. Everything falls together. Knees, everything still falls together. Elbows come right along the side and press back up. You saw the depth that I got there. I want your chest to come as close to the floor as you can, okay? If it doesn't come right to the floor, that's okay. You're going to get stronger with practice. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you can start toes. You can try a couple there. If that feels like too much, drop to your knees. Play around with that position of your hands, okay? Can you feel those elbows grazing along your side? 15 seconds. See, I'm losing those toes. And what I meant by losing is I'm starting to feel my body come down to the floor at different points. My low body hits and then my upper body. So I'm modifying. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. We're going to flip over into some tricep dips. So butt on the floor. Fingertips are going to turn in to face your butt, and you're stacked sort of underneath the shoulders. We're going to bend the elbows so they come back. Ready? Pop the butt up, and let's go. Down and up, down and up. You could make this harder by elevating your hands on like a couch or a chair. I want your hips to travel with you, so they're not just moving. The arms are initiating the move, and the hips are going with it. Ooh, this one's so spicy after doing those tricep push-ups. Whew, who made up this workout? She's evil. 7 seconds. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Relax. So good. Okay, we're going to lay down. We're going to do some laying tricep full lay downs. Okay, so legs are straight. Your fingertips are still facing in. This time, I want you to come all the way down like you're chilling at the beach, watching a good view, and then you're going to press back up, okay? Ready? Let's go. So come all the way down and then press back up. Here's what you have to do to feel those triceps. Really press into the hands. Press into the hands, squeeze those triceps, okay? So this could feel, you might feel it like more in your abs. And if that's the case, I want you to take that work away from the abs and give it back to the triceps. Press those hands in, find that mind-muscle connection. Whew, it's that rise back up. 3, 2, 1, rest. Now we're gonna do our leg tricep extension. So I'm just gonna come down onto my back. I'm gonna bend my legs. You can have them straight, whatever works. And just like you're holding 2 dumbbells, we're just gonna bend the elbows. So the hands come down sort of like beside the head or ears, and then straighten them back up. Go for it. Bend and straighten. We could absolutely do this with dumbbells. If you have it 1 dumbbell or a couple dumbbells, you could do that right now. But often I think body weight is enough when we put it together properly with other moves. And we always want to master using our own body weight first. Make sure that form is on point. Make sure those muscles are nice and strong. And rest. 15 seconds. We're going to come to a kneel, and we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to do overhead tricep extension. So I want your elbows mostly pointing forward, and I want you to get a big stretch and then squeeze it. And go for it. Bend and straighten. Same thing here. My palms are facing in, and we're supporting that back with a strong core, lifting up and in. You can always relax down to make it a little bit easier, or you can stay up. We are more than halfway through it. See, I can feel a little fire in those triceps. Who needs dumbbells? 8 seconds. Breathe through it. We still have 5. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna come into a plank position, okay? I'm gonna give you 2 options for this. So if you can, you're gonna be in a regular plank, hands and toes. You're gonna take one hand away and do tricep kickbacks. So it's basically a single arm plank. If you're finding that plank is compromised and that hip is rotating out, I want you on your knees. Ready? Let's go. Find the plank, armpit, straight back. Armpit, straight back. Keep going if that feels good. If you're needing to modify, come down to your knees, lean that weight forward. 8 seconds, then we're gonna switch to the other side. In 3, 2, 1, back to your plank. Take the other hand off. So we want the plank to remain the same, even though we've taken an arm away. So if you notice the hip of the working arm is rotating, it wants to face the side, or like the butt is coming way up, then I want you on your knee. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew. All right, now's a little bit of cardio. We're gonna do some burpees. Only 1 set, it's our last move in round 1. So all you have to do is jump back, jump in, jump up. If you don't wanna jump, step it, I'll show you both. Ready? Let's go. Jump back, in, up. Stepping version, step back, step in, stand. Step back, step in, stand. Come on, it's only 30 seconds, guys. Move that body. When you jump in, I want those heels on the floor, nice and wide, sort of like your squat stance. 8 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Great job. Of course, we're doing it 2 more times. Second last time. We are gonna take a shorter rest this time, okay? In 20 seconds, back to your tricep push-ups. Second last time. In like 5 minutes, no, not 5 minutes. I don't wanna lie to you. 9 minutes, we are done of your workout. We are stretching. 5 seconds, tricep push-ups. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Elbows graze the side. Toes or knees, or a mixture of starting on your toes, then dropping to your knees, or maybe do toes down, then drop to your knees to press back up. 8 seconds. Whew. Graze the sides with those elbows. Come on, one more. 3, 2, 1. Rest into your tricep dips. Find your position. Butt on the floor, fingertips face your butt, and lift the hips and let's go. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Hips travel with the arms initiate that move. We should feel those triceps like crazy, especially after those push-ups. But you guys are getting stronger every single rep. You're getting fitter. 8 seconds, then we get to rest. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Quick rest. 10 seconds. Laying tricep I always mess this name up. Tricep full lay downs, okay? Here we go, legs straight. Let's lay all the way down and then press through the hands to come back up. Give me that flex. Don't forget that flex. Come on, all the way up, down and up. Remember, feel those triceps. So forget about those abs for now. The triceps are taking us for the ride this time. Really press through those hands. You only have 8 seconds to go. I know that's perfect time for like 2 more. Now 1 more. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Enjoy a lovely 10 seconds rest. And then we're going into your laying tricep extensions. These ones, palms face in 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows, hands come down sort of by your ears or just over top of your head. Play around where you feel that spot where you get like a nice stretch, and then you can squeeze those triceps to lift you back up. And you really need to find your mind-muscle connection and give me that squeeze when we're doing body weight movements like this, where typically we would be using dumbbells or something to make it a little more challenging. We gotta make it challenging by flexing, by that range of motion. 3, 2, 1, come to your kneel. Overhead tricep extension, same move, but now from a kneel. And 3, 2, 1, bend and straighten. Here we go. Yes, elbows are mostly pointing forward, so we don't want them to like go way out and we're chilling at the beach here. We want them mostly forward and we want to feel that stretch. So really pull back so the elbows are kind of like almost beside your head, but the core stays tight, ribs stay tucked, back is supported. 10 more seconds. We are flying through this circuit. You've been working at this particular circuit for over 9 minutes. We have 6 minutes to go, including rest. 3, 2, 1. There's some of that rest. 10 seconds into our plank. Single arm plank for your tricep kickbacks, whatever arm you want to start with. In 3, 2, 1. Find the plank. If you want to make this a little bit easier, take your feet out wider. That'll make your base have like more support. If you still need to make it easier, you can come down to your knees, but lean that weight forward. 5 seconds, then we'll switch sides. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Remember, things to watch for are the hips. I want both hip bones facing the floor, and I want you to feel the tricep. I know so much of the focus in this one is on that single arm plank because that is so hard, but try to find that squeeze and that lift in that tricep. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. 10 seconds into burpees, jumping, or stepping. Take a breath. Whew. 3, 2, 1, jump in and up, jump back, in and up. Find a pace that works for you. If you want to step it, step back, step in, and stand. Breathe through those reps. 1 rep, then another. Just keep moving. This is your chance to get sweaty, as if we didn't get sweaty enough in that first circuit. Whew. 7 seconds, keep it going. 3, 2, 1, rest. Holy smokes. Guess what? We're doing it again. 1 more time through. Last round, shortest rest yet, okay? Good news is, in like 4 minutes, we're totally done. We are stretching. You have the rest of the day is yours. You're gonna feel so good. Let's finish strong. 5-second rest between moves. Here it is. Tricep push-ups last time. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Let me see those nice, strong tricep push-ups. The whole body is falling together and rising together. As low as you can get with good form, with control, elbows at your sides. 10 seconds, then we get a quick rest. In 7, in 5, 3, 2, 1. Quick 5-second rest into your tricep dips. In 3, 2, 1. Fingertips face you. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. If this feels too easy, find a couch, find a chair, elevate yourself. Triceps are the new biceps. We love to see it. 12 seconds, only like 3 minutes left in your workout. Get it done. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. 5 seconds into your full lay downs, tricep full lay downs. We ready? Fingertips still face your butt. Let's go. All the way down. Press through the hands to lift you. You can play around with that hand position. Maybe you need them to go back just a touch. I kind of have my hands like right at the top of my butt. And really close to my body. So like as I come down, my fingertips are underneath my body. 7 seconds, or at least like my index finger. In 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Laying tricep extension. In 3, 2, 1, bend and straighten. Whew. This is a spicy one. It feels like days ago that we did those lunge jumps and those squat jumps. But the good news is we're in the home stretch now. The worst is behind us. The best is yet to come. A delicious stretch. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and rest up onto your kneeling overhead tricep extension in 3, 2, 1, and go. We are going to be so satisfyingly sore tomorrow. We're going to feel good knowing you gave everything you had today, maybe even a little extra. And we're going to be even better at those sit-ups and those tricep push-ups for the next time. 10 seconds, then we get to rest. And as always, it is such a privilege just to be able to move our bodies, to be able to work out like this. Not everyone can. So let's take advantage. Let's move that body. Rest. Into your plank, tricep kickbacks in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. One arm, armpit straight back. Go wider in that stance if you need to. Drop to your knees if you need to. 8 seconds, then we switch arms in 5, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, right into the other side. Guess what? We only have one more move left after this, and we get to rest for 5 seconds before we get to it. 10 more seconds here. Come on, give me at least 3 more. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, rest. 5 seconds. We're gonna finish with those burpees. 3, 2, 1, jump in and up. Step it if you'd like. I'm just happy you're here. I don't care what version you do. As long as you are moving, you are sweating, that breath is heavy, you can feel those limbs, you're doing it right. 10 seconds, then we're done, we're stretching. Come on, 2 more before we finish. 3, 2, 1, rest. Wow, that was no joke. Thank you guys for wrapping it up with me. Let's stretch. Let's do triceps. You did it. 60-minute sweat. Done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. You did it. I did it too. Other side in 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Every single week, a new 60-minute sweat and a new fit in 15. If you haven't done all of the other ones on there here, there are a lot. Check them out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Shoulder. Grab that arm across the body. Reach out to me anytime, guys. If you have questions or you have feedback, if there's specific things you want to work, you want to see more of, more dumbbell stuff, more switch sides, more cardio stuff, more abs, form checks, maybe there's a couple moves that you're iffy on, let me know, and I'm so happy to make workouts that you want to do. 5 seconds, then we're going to do a side bend in 3, 2, 1. Nice and wide. Give me a big side bend. Oh, that feels so good on that back, those obliques. And now I want you to come all the way over to this opposite foot. You can kind of push the hip to the opposite side and round out that back so you can feel like a line from your hip all the way to your foot. Come back up. Here comes our mascot. Switch sides. Big reach over all the way to that other foot. Same thing, push the hip, feel that spot right here, like in that low back and even in that lat and that oblique. And then come on up, hands behind the back, feet together. Get some height, and then see if you can hang over and bring those hands up even higher. And then release the hands, and we'll just step back into a deep lunge, just like we did so many times in this workout. Front knee bend, back leg straight. Focus on dropping the hip, hello, hello, and reaching through that back heel. And then take both hands down, step back to your plank, and over to the other side. Front knee bent, back leg straight, dropping the hips, reaching through that back heel. I can feel a great stretch in that hip, a little in that glute. And then we're gonna stay on this side. I want you to bend this front knee, and I want you to sit down into pigeon. So front knee bend, back leg straight. It feels better to lay down, go forward. And if that feels like too much on your hip, you can either elevate this leg like on a chair or a couch, or just gently rotate. Stay there for 5 more seconds, and we're gonna do the other side in 3, 2, 1. Take that leg back, other leg forward, sit down or lay down into pigeon. I'll show you from the side so you can see a little better with the white background. Hopefully, oh my goodness, it's so sunny. Stay there for 5 more seconds, and we'll go into downward dog in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna tuck the toe under in that back leg so I have some space to reach through the heels. Feel that stretch all along the back of your legs. No tension in your neck or spine. And then gently walk your feet and your hands together. And gentle bend in the knees and roll yourself up. We are done. We did it. So proud of you guys. I will see you in the next one.